another video. And as you all can see from the background and all of this, that I am on location. Yes, I am home in DC, at my sister's house, and I have to record my video though. I came home this weekend to see my daughter star in a play that she was in, and also to celebrate my sister's birthday. Today is my sister's birthday. Shout out to her. Happy birthday to the sister, to my sister. And now I'm here before you all doing my video for Life After Lockup. Now, this is going to be Life After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 6, and I do not know the title because I didn't write it down. However, it doesn't matter. We're going to get to reviewing this show, okay? So I'm going to pull the tripod back a little bit. All right, y'all. So if you have not done so already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I am in their basement, so I'm hoping you all can hear me good enough, and I'm hoping that the reception comes in good because it's currently raining outside. So, we shall see. But let's get into these couples. If I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this episode I'm going to give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. Really like a 4.5. Like, it just was not giving what it could have gave, and so I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Y'all let me know what y'all would give it. That's what I would give it. All right, so let's get into these couples, y'all. Okay, let's get into the couples. We're gonna start with Brittany and Key Rock. Okay, so we opened up with Brittany and Key Rock. Y'all already know last episode they were trying to get married, right? Okay. So they are at this park, I don't know where this park is at in Richmond. And they're about to get married and everything. And Brittany stops the officiant and she lets the officiant know that she needs to talk to Key Rock by himself, okay? And so she pulls Key Rock to the side and she lets him know that she doesn't want to go through with this. She doesn't want to get married this way. It seems rushed. She also told Key Rock that the PO had told her that it's not a good idea for them to go ahead and get married. Okay. She says that Texas will think they're frauding them and everything. Okay. She says she doesn't want to rush into it. Key Rock said, you know what? He said, why would you tell me this at the last minute? I've done all of this. And I'm looking around in the daggone where they get married at. And I'm like, Key Rock did all of what? You ain't do all of nothing. All you did was pop up a table, get an officiant, and show up at a park, a public park on top of that. Somebody could have walked past at any minute. Ducks could have swam past anything. You didn't do all of anything. So I'm trying to figure out what you mean when you say you did all of this, okay? What else happened with them? Key Rock is mad, okay? He wants things his way, as he always does, and he's disregarding everything that Brittany has told him. She told him that the PO said it's going to be a done deal. It cannot happen right now, or y'all shouldn't get married right now. What's going on? Is that Jerrison Brooks? Welcome to the live. And so Key Rock doesn't hear anything she's saying, and he's mad because he really wanted to get married and do what he wanted to do like he always does. I don't understand why Brittany went and brought a dress if she knew she was going to turn around and do this to Key Rock. Like, remember when she was in a bridal shop and she called the PO. The PO had told her at the bridal shop that it wasn't a good idea before she even purchased the dress. But she went ahead and spent her money and purchased a dress anyway, knowing that it wasn't a good idea for them to get married. If I look down, y'all, I'm taking notes. So Key Rock's making her feel bad. Another part of his manipulation. And they just leave the park. Hold on, y'all. They leave the park and they go back to Coffee's house, okay? So Coffee, once they get to Coffee house, Key Rock starts packing up saying he has to go to Texas. Now all of a sudden he has to hurry up and get to Texas. Now before he was sitting up there waiting for Brittany and everything, but now because they didn't get married, now he wants to throw a tantrum and says that he has to hurry up and go to Texas, right? Finally in this moment, Brittany stands up for herself. She starts telling him, no, you're not going to do this. You could wait another week. My PO might call and approve me. Yada, yada, yada. We know that's a lie because she has to pay restitution. So the PO is not going to approve her in a week to go anywhere. She feels like that the only reason you're going to Texas is because we didn't get married. Key Rock is telling her that's not the case. Then Key Rock gets mad and he leaves Coffee House and goes for a walk. Brittany says, oh no, we're both going to go for a walk. So she leaves the house. She takes off with Key Rock too outside, and they start walking and everything, going back and forth about this whole Texas thing, her asking him to wait a week. He says that, okay, finally he says, okay, I'll wait a week for this to come forward and happen, and we'll see what happens after the week. Okay. Key Rock, in my opinion, of course, he is just a manipulator. He's a manipulator. If he doesn't get things the way that he wants it, then he wants to throw a tantrum and make Brittany feel bad. I have said this so many times that she could do much better than Key Rock, but because Brittany is suffering from her own issues, she wants to sit up here and continue to hang around with Key Rock and still deal with the crap that's going on with him. But anyway, that was all they had going on. Moving on to the next couple, which is going to be Bianca and Daniel. Let's get them out of the way. What's going on, Samuels? Hold on, that's Samurai, whatever, but we're about to get you out of here. So let's move on to the next couple. And he made me block the wrong person, child. All right, moving on to the next couple is Bianca and Daniel. Okay, let's get them out of the way. So Dan is up here. We open up. Dan is doing a vlog. Okay, he's doing a video vlog, and he is talking about his job. He's excited about his job. Yes, Daniel has been searching for a job, and he finally got one. He found this moving company that has hired him. The good thing about this moving company is the fact that the man that owns the moving company used to be a felon himself. Okay, and so the man is like, he knows what it's like to be applying for job after job after job, and so he decided to give Daniel a chance, and he's excited about that. Bianca still complaining. Okay, she feels like for the past month she's been driving Daniel around doing all this stuff for him. Bianca, you idiot of a girl, this man has just got out of jail. Of course you're gonna have to do stuff for him. He cannot drive because he was in jail. Okay, so you're gonna have to take him around. If you really love a person, then you should be willing to do some things for them and help them move along in life. But all Bianca does is complain all the daggone time about Daniel and what he's not doing and what he could be doing and what she has to do and all this other stuff. And she's just super annoying. I cannot stand her on this show, okay? So she drops Dan off. She drops him off at work, okay? He gets to work, he meets his other coworker, they get in a truck, and they're about to go move a house and everything. The guy that is the owner of the company tells us how he went ahead and started this company basically from nothing, and he built it up and everything. And he used to be a felon. He's giving us his background and stuff. And Dan thought that was really good, and I thought that was good as well for Dan to hear something like that, for him to see somebody that went from ashes to riches and be able to accomplish so much. Bianca is somewhere in the some store or something, right? And she gets a phone call from her friend Haley. Y'all remember Haley is the friend that Bianca said that she is probably jealous of her because Haley was trying to drop some knowledge on her about her moving to Arizona, right? Bianca is saying that she is just, sad in there without any friends. She hasn't made any friends yet, and she misses Haley, and Haley should come out to visit. Bianca says, well, I would come out to visit, but don't you have to clear that with Dan? Don't you have to talk to him about me coming out there? Bianca then says, well, I pay all the bills. Dan don't have any say-so in nothing. It's my house, basically. And I'm just like, this girl is always going to be a problem because she cannot understand that love is not a tit for tat situation. If you're really for a person and you know that they are down in their luck, you should ride it out with them and hold them down. If you can't do that and you're always saying, well, I did this for you, well, I did that for you, you don't really care about or love the person, okay? And so what else was said? Hold on, y'all. She tells also Haley that Dan, hello, Austin, welcome to the live. She tells Haley that Dan is acting like he owns the place, okay, and things has to be his way or the highway, which is a lie. She is the one that actually is acting like everything has to be her way or the highway. So I don't know why she feels like she has to lie to her friend about something like that. She keeps on throwing up everything that she's doing for Dan, and I don't like it. I don't like the way that every time something doesn't go her way or Dan doesn't do something that she likes, she throws up, well, I spent all this money for you and I drive you around and I do this for you. Why can't you do this for me? So fast forward, Dan is getting off work. He's calling Bianca and he's telling her, trying to get a hold of her and tell her that he's done with work and he needs a ride from work. So he's been blowing up her phone, he says, and she's not answering the phone. So Dan ends up having to call an Uber to get to the house. And I'm like, that's just jacked up. This man just started a job. He doesn't have money. She's complaining about him not contributing, but she doesn't answer the phone to come pick him up from work, okay? He gets to the house and she opens the door like she was expecting him, or just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna move my tripod. I'm gonna move on this side. I feel like this side is a better side. Okay, so she is up here opening the door when Dan gets to the house, and she's up here like, hey, how you doing? How was work? As if she wasn't supposed to just come pick this dude up, and she basically left him stranded, so to speak. He said work was cool, but where were you at? You were supposed to pick me up. I had to spend $30 on an Uber, and I'm just like, Dan, I completely understand what you mean. She's up here saying you can't expect me to always do stuff for you. You're gonna have to learn how to do stuff for yourself, yada yada yada. And I'm like, girl, what does that have to do with doing stuff for itself? If you're supposed to be his ride and you ain't doing nothing, right? Because you don't have a job. You're living off of the money that you got from the accident you were in. So you don't work a job. So what you doing? You sitting at the house playing around with action figures and paints. And we about to get into that part because I couldn't believe this, just like Dan couldn't believe this. So she starts asking him about the job. He tells her that the job is part-time. She's like, why can't it be full-time, right? And Dan is like, I'm gonna have to work myself up to it being full-time. What's up? Got to be pink. How you doing, girl? Welcome to the live. So Dan is telling her, I'm gonna have to work my way up to it being a full-time situation. I cannot just come in the door thinking I'm going to make full-time money. I have to start somewhere. Bianca goes and tells us Bianca is lazy and unsupportive. Isn't she? It's just ridiculous. Oh, if y'all wondering about the background, I'm at my sister's house. I came home to DC for the weekend. My daughter had a play she was in. Today is my sister's birthday. So, just needed some family time. I needed to come home for a little bit and just see the fam, okay? Because that's where the background is. I'm in my sister's basement. So hopefully y'all hearing me and everything is coming out the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so Bianca's up here saying, why couldn't you work? She tells us, not him. Why couldn't he work full time? Because I was looking forward to having the time to myself. And I'm just like, this girl is so spoiled. She treats him so badly. She's just the worst individual to him. And I just don't understand that. So then he says, well, what were you doing all day? What have you been doing? So she said she went to the store. What's up, tips for you? What? I don't understand. So told him she went to the store and she brought something for them to do together as a couple. So she shows them the box and she's like, and he's like, what is that? She told her there's some elves. So it's some action figures and some paint. And he's like, okay, how much did that cost? And she tells him, y'all, that these action figures and paint was $130. And Daniel was like, what? He was like, you spent $130 on some action figures and paint? And she was like, yeah, we can paint them and then play with them. I said, said, this is what's wrong. A waste of money. Yes, got to be. Definitely a waste of money. This is what's wrong with people that have extra money lying around. They don't know what to do with it. A lot of these celebrities are like that too. They got all this money and they got everything that they can possibly want, and they don't know what to do with the money. And then they turn around and buy like a giraffe or something. And you be like, what the heck was that about? Because they wasting their money because they have everything they need. So they don't know what else to do with it. And I'm just like, Bianca, you could have cashed at me that 130 and I would have put it to use. Why the heck would you have set up here and brought some daggone paints and some daggone action figures? Y'all are grown out here in these streets. Y'all don't need to be somewhere up here playing with toys. Anyway, that just shows her immaturity, okay? But then she goes around, turns around and says she's worried about their finances. How you worried about finances when you sit up here wasting your money on stupid stuff? Okay, let's get to the next couple. That's it with them. Bianca and Daniel. Boy, Daniel, if you ever see my lives, this is my word of advice to you. Leave Bianca alone, okay? You would be better off going to your parents' house, okay? Instead of staying with this old crazy bird. What's going on, GSP? Welcome to the live. That's a week. That is, and he said that. That's a week's pay for Daniel, and she went and spent it on some action figures and paints. I said, somebody help this woman. Let's move on to the next couple, which is Joey and Kim. I'm sick of Joey and Kim. Joey and Kim makes up the most ridiculous storylines ever just to stay relevant. Like, y'all could have told Life After Lockup, we don't have nothing going on, so we're not going to come back. But no, they making up something again. So they are off on their way to see a divorce lawyer finally, because Kim, of course, is still married, and Joey going to act like he didn't know she was still married. I believe Joey knew she was still married. He just didn't know for how far along the process was. And then she made Joey think that she was going to be married in like 6 months after a divorce, 6 months after he got out, but she didn't even start the process yet. See, Kim got her own crap, and she's a manipulator as well, and she just is the worst. She just the worst. So she goes and tells us and the lawyer that she married her husband back in 2018. She said that he cheated on her and she has full custody of her boys. Okay. I don't know how true that statement is. If we ask the ex-husband, he'll probably have another version of that story, but this is what Kim says. GSP says they get $2,500 a month for the kids. That's how they make it. Yeah, absolutely. Because as y'all already know, Kim only makes $15 an hour. She got a house, probably that she's renting, okay? She has a car that she has to pay car insurance for and a car note for, I'm sure. Then she turned around and brought Joey a truck. If I was the ex, I'd be pissed off because I would be looking at Life After Lockup like, wait a minute. She brought this. I'm like, she is spending the money I'm giving her for child support on this felon that just got out of jail that she trying to marry. I'd be somewhere trying to go down to the court and have my child support lesson so that she wouldn't be able to just be rolling and doing whatever with the money that's supposed to be for the kids, because I guarantee that her and Joey is living off of that child support more than the kids. I'm just like, girl, you're a whole mess. What else happened? So the only thing, and this is what is crazy to me, and brought the rims with the child support check. If I was the ex, I would be going to the court. I'd be like, Your Honor, she done brought this dude some rims, a new truck. I thought this was supposed to be child support for the children. What is she doing? So, and this is what got me. The only thing they need in North Carolina for a divorce, this is what the divorce lawyer told her. She has to be separated for 1 year, and she has to be a resident of North Carolina. That's it. And you can get a divorce. I know. Now, she asked her, have y'all been sexually active or anything in the past year? Kim said no. Okay. So if you and this man has not been together for a full-on year, and on top of that, you're a resident of North Carolina, why the heck didn't you get a divorce already, Kim? Why? I'm trying to understand what's up with that. I don't get it. So make sure. Okay. So I was just looking at the TV like, okay, so why didn't she get a divorce again? I'm not understanding. So the lawyer said, hold on. She asked a question to the lawyer. If I buy a house, does my ex have any rights or claims to the house? The lawyer said, if you buy a house, technically no, he doesn't have any rights to the house. And then she also asked the lawyer, her and Joey just as goofy and ditzy as she is, right? She goes and asks the lawyer that the oldest child might not be her ex's. It might be Joey, which we all know that is a storyline. That's a lie. She know goodness well that that daggone baby, the oldest one, is her ex's and not Joey. But she sits up here and keeps trying to paint this picture as if we gonna believe the crap. Got to be said, she want Joey, but want the ex to pay for their lifestyle. Absolutely. Because she goes and tells the lawyer that the child might not be his. Now, the lawyer goes and drops a bomb on her because you could tell by the way Kim's face changed. The lawyer said, okay, if this child end up not being his and you done pay and he done paid all this money for the child, you might end up having to pay him that money back. And Kim was like, I was like, yeah, Kim, you thought you was just going to have a free ride on this man money? So then she turns around and says, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't have the money. I said, I bet you don't have the money. GSP says once they found out they might have to pay that money back, they were like, forget it. Absolutely. I know they were. Her and Joey both. So, what else happened? And that was it for them. That was really it for them. But Kim and Joey is like, they remind me of like a really ghetto crackhead couple. Like they just got I just, it's a shame that kids are involved in their crap. Like both of them get on my nerves. They doing the most for a storyline. We know goodness well Kason is not Joey's son. We also know that Kim could have been got a divorce, but she didn't want to, okay? She wanted to keep that going so that they would have some type of storyline. So both of them just suck. Got to be says she always acting surprised about the dumb things. Right. First, she thought the divorce was magically going to happen. Now having to pay the ex back. Absolutely. Hillbilly deluxe. That's so true. But they suck. They get on my daggone nerves. Let's move on to the next couple because Kim and Joey sucks. Teenie and Rob, okay, this is another boring couple to me. I don't know why they're on the show. I really cannot wait for Love After Lockup to come back because we need some new blood. These people, I don't want to see none of them no more. There's only like one interesting couple on the show for real. I'm interested in Z and Troy's storyline, kinda, but Z get on my nerves, but they do kind of have some interesting things. But I think the fact that Troy's mother is interesting, that's what keeps them alive. And then Teenie and Rob isn't too bad, but they're just boring to me. I mean, they don't have nothing going on for real. Justine and Michael, I'm interested in them. So Justine and Michael and probably what I say, Z and Troy is the only ones that I could feel like has something going on. But, you know, we'll see. GSP says a job. Who me? Turns out she's a paralegal. It makes 50. Child, she's selfish. Man, listen, we're going to get into it. Got to be says right. This couple is annoying like some others. Absolutely. So he says he feels pressure. We open up with Rob. He says he feels pressure about being able to survive. Okay. He meets up. Hold on, y'all. I might have missed something. Did I miss something? Oh, nah, okay, because they ain't have much. Okay, so he said he feels pressure to provide for the family since he's got out of jail, okay? Now, I can understand that, Rob, okay? Living in this economy where everything is inflated, everything is high to the sky, I understand that you can feel, you know, overwhelmed trying to provide for your household, for your family, the whole nine. I get it, okay? I understand it, right? So he says, let me go meet up with my dad to have a conversation with him because Teenie was still hopping on this freaking horrible looking tattoo. That tattoo that ex looked like it was somebody that was just starting out doing tattoos and they wanted to just do some work to get some apprenticeship under their belt or something. It's the worst freaking tattoo. I would never ever show it. I would always have on sleeves on my t-shirts because the tattoo was just ugly. Not for the fact that Teenie keep trying to make a big deal out of it, because I believe she already knew that the tattoo was there, but that's a part of another storyline that they trying to put together, okay? But the tattoo is hideous, okay? Just get over it. I wouldn't even care at this point because I'd be like, the lady on your daggone arm look ugly anyway. I look better than her. I don't care. Okay, keep the daggone tattoo if that's what you want to do, right? And so he meets up with his dad at the basketball court to play basketball. Now, Rob's dad is does look like him a little bit, but he's shorter than him, and actually he does look good for his age. I was like, truth be told, I would have thought that was Rob's friend over his dad. So the dad do look like, he's in pretty good shape on the outward, a little shorter than him, but I could see the resemblance there. He tells his dad about the fight between Teeny and the mom, and the dad said that his mom is immature. So the dad has been with the mom off and on throughout Rob's life. So he pretty much knows how his mom can get, okay? Rob said that the streets were more peace than his house. So Rob even says he would rather have been on the streets in the past than at home with the mom. I said, well, Dad, this mom must be a freaking nightmare, have been. But the way that she's been acting so far since we've seen her on the show, Rob's mom is a lot. I'm not excusing Teeny, but Rob's mom is a lot based off of the dad and Rob. Then we get to Teeny, fast forward. Teeny is saying that she had interviewed for a paralegal position, and they have her. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Hold on, I gotta get some water. Water, real quick. So she interviewed for a paralegal position, and ended up getting a paralegal position. But I feel like a GSP said, she already had the paralegal job, okay? She was just trying to act like she ain't have no job. I said, y'all be lying on this show, because who hasn't worked in a whole year, and then you go on the first interview for a paralegal and they end up offering you $50 an hour, and now you end up getting a job just like that, and you ain't even worked in a year. You ain't have to go around, put your resume out there, do a LinkedIn and all that other stuff. You just walk right into the first place interview and then get the job like that. I'm just like, okay, Teeny, tell us anything. I don't know. You either had a friend that gave you the hookup, or you already had the job, in my opinion. Okay. Now they're going to fast forward. They're going on date night, her and Rob. And Rob, they get to the restaurant. He says, well, now that you have a job, let's have a baby. And I'm just like, Rob, now another storyline, because first of all, sir, you just got out of jail. You working, but you ain't making money like that. Then Teeny is now working again, so she says, and y'all just now trying to put y'all lives together, and you up here want to talk about a daggone baby, sir. What is your problem? She says that she has a fear of raising a child alone. And Rob is looking at her like, so you think I'm gonna go somewhere, or like I'm not gonna be consistent? And in this moment, I understood exactly what Teeny was talking about, because sidebar and personal story time. Me and my husband are trying to have a baby now as well, but it's just like a part of me, when we were starting to want to do that, had a fear of having a child again and having to raise a child by myself. Now, I'm not saying that my husband's going anywhere or nothing like that, and he even said I'm not going anywhere. However, when you've been a single mom, in the back of your mind, it's always there, even if things are going great, that you may have to possibly raise this child by yourself. Because when a woman carries a child, a woman delivers the child, and something goes up in smokes and the man leaves, 9 times out of 10 the child stays with the mom. And that is a trauma for a mother, a single mother, that nobody would never be able to understand unless you've actually been through it. It is hard work, and it is a lot. So I understood what Teeny was talking about. But he said he's not going anywhere, so don't compare him to the dads of Nehemiah and her daughter. Okay, so they end up leaving the restaurant, getting back to the house. Nehemiah, the daughter, is there. They're chilling. Teeny and Rob decides to go have some adult time in the bedroom, and they give the producers the condoms because they have agreed, I guess, that they are going to work on this baby. Okay, so we shall see what happens with them. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get on to Z and Troy, another annoying couple. I think Z is more annoying than Troy, but let's get into it. So they are on their way to a dispensary. So the word on the street, word on the curb, is that on their Instagram lives, they be puff passing all the time. And I'm just like, Troy, didn't you just get out of jail? Why are you doing that? Like, you just can't puff pass on live and sit up here and think that the police are not watching. Aren't you afraid to go back to jail or do any length of time? I don't understand that. GSP said Troy looked like he is from 2003. I mean, I'm just saying he does, especially when he do the do-rags, okay? So they go into this dispensary. Troy is all excited because he said he has never been to a dispensary, okay? He is I want to know, is he even supposed to be smoking? Is he on parole still? Isn't he worried about getting drug tested or any of these things? Like, a lot of these participants on this show do some crazy stuff as if their PO or anybody else can't come tune into the show and see you on here acting a fool. But I don't know. Somebody let me know if he on parole and if he's getting tested or whatever. I haven't heard it. I don't know. So they spending money on the weed, and it seems like they gave out a lengthy amount of cash. Now, we all know that they said they're having their business troubles with their space. How the heck are y'all going to be spending money on weed when y'all need money to save Project Hope, their nonprofit, and y'all own house? GSP says, what happened to the ankle bracelet? Was it on there? Because I know he had an ankle monitor on, yes. So if you have an ankle monitor on, you're on parole. So if you're on parole, I'm pretty sure they're drug testing you. Like, that's what I just don't understand. This just don't make no sense unless I'm missing something. So what else happened with them? So hold on, y'all. So she ends up thanking Troy, they're back at the house, for adopting her son and all of that. Even though her son has a father, Troy went ahead and signed the birth certificate to be the boy's father, but he has a biological father. I think Z pushed the biological father out of the boy's life so that she can have Troy as his father that he knows. But this boy is old enough, so I feel like he should know that who his real biological father is, that another man was there before Troy came along. He's playing with his freedom. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. But this boy, sometimes they treat this boy like he's 3 years old. Like the way he lays and lounges on the couch, the way he talks, the way he hugged Troy when he first got out. They treat this boy like he is a 3-year-old. And this boy looks like he's about at least 11, maybe even 12. But I'm like, does he have some type of mental disability or something like that? Because of the way he behaves, it just makes me feel like that. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know why they act like this is a baby boy or something. And that's how Z tries to paint the picture of him. She is asking if she gets pregnant, do they want another child? Baby Huey, that's exactly who he reminds me of. And so they're up here trying to talk about another child. I'm like, Z, the last thing you need to do is bring life into the world. You need to get your own life together and not be talking about bringing life into the world. Are you kidding me? Like, you gotta be... Something is wrong with her. Anyway, she said that the birth control is the reason why she was breaking out. I said, that's a lie. I said, I don't believe that in the least bit, okay? So on this day, right, fast forward, Troy is going to take Azrael, that's his name, her son, to a science museum, okay? And she keeps calling Troy his dad. Got to be says they have no storyline. They should have kept his mom, yes, there. That's the last time they were semi-interesting. Yes, the mom should have just stayed at the house. It would have kept us interested for real. So she keeps calling Troy the boy's dad and everything, and they flash back to her asking him how does he feel when daddy come home, and I'm just like, that sounds just really weird. And then we get Troy's mom. Troy's phone rings, the mom gets on the phone, and he's like, he about to go take Monkey Boy. I said, did he just call this little boy Monkey Boy? I said, wow, that is some crazy mess. Because if you call my son Monkey Boy, I would have been like, pause, cut the cameras, cut the scene. His name is Azrael or whatever his name is, not no Monkey Boy. We not doing that, okay? Now I would have been like, now we can go forward, back to it. So then when Troy mom calls, she says it's a problem, and then it cut. She didn't say what the problem was. Of course, they're going to save that till next week. So from next week's preview, it's looking like the problem has something to do with the baby's mom, Yana. And it may be about his child. I don't know. But as y'all know, Z has a problem with Yana. And we're going to see, excuse me, y'all, I'm just burping up my dinner. We're going to see how that rolls next week. Yeah, the mom has to come up with something because they're a snooze fest. Moving on to the next couple and the last couple, which is going to be Justine and Michael. Let me make sure I got all of the couples. Thank y'all for joining me this Sunday evening. I hope you all have had a great evening. I have had a good day. I am a little tired. I'm not going to lie to y'all. However, we getting this review out of the way. Okay, yes, the last couple is Justine and Michael. Um, what's going on? What is that? 2D Ham? What's up? What's up? Most of these storylines are about a baby. I know. It's like everybody on the cast is having babies. I'm doing a review for Life After Lockup, 2D Ham. Yeah, it is so many kids. This is the season where they have had so many kids. So let's get into the last couple, Justine and Michael. Okay, he is still mad about her, what she said at the lawyer's office, about her talking about she wanted to give the boys to her daughter, Callie. I'm still mad about her saying she wanted to give the boys to Callie because I feel like that was ignorant of her to even try and do to him. First of all, if you want to marry somebody and you have kids outside of that person, you need to make sure, okay, that you trust that person enough where if something happens to you, that they're going to take care of the kids, that you can trust that the kids are going to be fine with that person. Why would you marry this guy, turn around and have two babies with him, and then up and say, well, I don't trust you to take care of my boys because you don't understand how to deal with Santana. He's only been around me and Kylie. So what? Teach him then. Why don't you teach him how to deal with him being special needs instead of sitting up here trying to just dismiss Michael as being the guardian? He's the adult. He's your husband. GSP says, I'd be stressed out with all these kids. Imagine how much bread and milk. Yes, I know. The whole house is packed. What are you talking about? Take it easy. So the whole house is packed. What's TY's way? Hello, welcome. Welcome to Redefine Me channel. We love to have you here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are doing a review on Life After Lockup, okay? And I do a plethora of other content, shorts and all of this. I'm sure you will love it here. Go ahead and relax and enjoy. Okay, so Justine is talking to him and saying, got to be says Justine is childish, trying to hide that she is pregnant and her big grown age. Absolutely. Like, what did y'all think his mom was going to do? Bend her over the knee and spank her or call the police or something? I just don't understand that. I definitely will sub loving it so far. Thank you, TY. Thank you, thank you. And so, he don't like that she keeps referring to a but with him. Like she says Michael is a good guy, he has all these qualities, but I love Michael, I think he's loves my kids, but, and she does do that. It's almost like she has buyer's remorse or something. Like she does something and then she takes it back. She does something, gives him a compliment, then she takes it back. It's always a but with her with him. And I'm like, if that's the case, then what the heck you married a guy for if you was always going to have a but? GSP says, got right weird. She's hiding it. Yeah, and she was friends. Yeah, and she was friends with his mom. That's the weirder thing to me, that she was friends with the mom. I'm like, what's up with the mom that you are friends? Isn't Justina in her 30s and the mom is like 56, 57? She's closer to 60. Why are you friends with a 30-something year old, a 36-year-old? I don't understand that right there, because it couldn't be me. GSP says, I think she knows Santana won't accept him. Absolutely. He probably going to run him through the mud and act crazy. And that's the part where Michael should be left as the primary parent, right? If something happens to her, God forbid. And then if he needs help from Kylie because Santana is becoming too much, then that's when you can say, hey, Kylie, can you come over to the house and talk to Santana for me, whatever, whatever. But he should be the dominant parent. And Justine should make it known right now why nothing is wrong with her. That Michael, if something happens to me, have them hard conversations, because them some of them kids ain't no baby. You could break it down to them where they could understand. If something happen to mommy, then Michael is going to be here as your full-time guardian and parent. He loves y'all and everything is going to be okay. Kylie would just be a phone call away, but Michael is going to be here for y'all. Like, make them feel comfortable with the situation. GSP says, exactly. I was thinking, how were they friends? Right. So let's get into it. We already discussed that. So then Michael tells us that his mom's house burned down. He says, GS says he has a real dad too. Maybe Santana's dad wants some. She's not gonna die. Exactly. It's just a storyline. So we find out from Mike that his mother's house burned down in Rhode Island and she lost everything. So she is now coming to Vegas to live with Michael and Justina. Okay, Justine. So they're at the grocery store trying to prepare the house, I guess, because the mom is coming. Why is it that Justine, with her big old belly, is going to the grocery store with a crop top on and these daggone joggers that's sitting below her belly? It's like, what are you saying to the world? You want to say, look at me, I'm pregnant, and I don't care if my clothes look too small because I'm pregnant, and nobody better not say nothing to me. I'm like, girl, you look real ghetto and trashy with them small clothes on. They have maternity clothes that are cute and that fits. Everybody don't need to see that you're pregnant. If you put a shirt on over your belly, we can all see that you're still pregnant. So I don't understand why she had that kind of outfit on. Like, she had it on throughout that whole segment. Like, that outfit and a different outfit. Yeah, TY absolutely wants attention. And I don't understand that. I was like, that's real trashy, Justine. So then they're at the grocery store, they're buying up some stuff. Justine is telling Mike's daughter about the mom. Now, again, having a conversation. Wasn't it weird? Justine is having a very adult conversation with Mike's daughter. Now, Mike's daughter, I think she's like 17 or something like that. Still a minor. And why is she having this conversation with her? I don't know. I'm like, Justine, where are your good girlfriends? Why are you not calling them having conversations like this? But she's telling Mike's daughter about his mom not knowing that she's pregnant again and all of that. The daughter is saying, well, you know, you're going to have to tell her, blah, blah, blah. And it's like they talking like they good girlfriends. You're supposed to be her stepmother. Act like it. You're not her girlfriend, okay? Fast forward, Mike's mom gets to Vegas, okay? Mike is nervous as he's going to go pick her up because he says she doesn't know that Justine is pregnant again. I felt like this part was really immature and stupid. What is the problem? Just tell both of y'all parents y'all pregnant again. Y'all are married. What is the problem? You act like this is like some rando dude or some rando woman. Y'all are a married couple. That's what married couples do. They get pregnant. What is the problem? GS says, I don't like her relationship with his daughter. She's a child, yes, but not her homegirl. Absolutely, I agree. Got to be says, and that's extra. Girl, that extra waddle she was doing, like, she act like she carrying twins or something. I said, Justina, please cut that crap out. Oh, we know you pregnant, like you said. Just want to be seen. Absolutely, that waddle was taking me out. I said, girl, you act like. I said, why is she doing that? And I thought it was just me. I was like, is she doing extra waddling? Like, what is that? I was good and pregnant at 8 months pregnant. I wasn't even doing that waddle. I was like, Justine, get on up out of my face with that waddle. So Mike get the mom, he hugs the mom, put her bags in the car, he drive her to the house, right? The whole time he going toward the house, he could have told the mom that Justine is pregnant again, but no, they want to build this suspense. While Mike is gone, Justine is up here like, well, I'm going to go sit in the back telling the kids. She's like, are you excited to see grandma? And the kids are like, yeah, but what are you going to do about telling her about the baby? We get baby Manhattan, and she's up there going to town in the car with her cute self, and she's like, I'm going to go just sit by the pool. GS says her water reminds me of that girl on Friday After Next. Right. And I'm just like, girl, cut it out. Because we all know that's a fake waddle. What else happened? So she goes out to the back. Mike pulls up with the mom, right? The mom is like hugging the kids. She, of course, gets Manhattan and everything. Justine is up here sitting on the swing, and she got a blanket over her belly, and she's sitting up there like this and stuff. And I'm like, what is the problem? Y'all act like it's a gender reveal or something. If this lady gets mad because y'all pregnant again, something's wrong with her. You all are married. So then Mike brings her out and he asks Justine, just rip the band-aid off. You're just gonna have to tell her. And I'm like, Lord, y'all are dragging something out for nothing. So Justine stands up. The mom has Manhattan. She looks over and sees Justine, and you can tell that she has this shocked look on her face. Okay. And then their segment was over. Justine and Michael don't have nothing really going on for real, for real. I don't think nothing's gonna be wrong with her with this pregnancy. I think she keeps trying to put 20 on 10 and make it seem like that she's gonna have this disastrous pregnancy situation. I hate the fact that they always take such personal matters in their life and make it so extreme and make us feel like that her life's in danger. They've done this 2 times for a storyline since they've been on Life After Lockup and Love After Lockup, and I hate it. I do not like the way they play like that because there are women out here that really do have issues with pregnancies, high risk pregnancies, things like that. And when y'all keep playing with stuff like that, that's not right. It's just not right. I don't like it. And so for that reason, they get on my nerves a whole lot. GS says she's young and healthy. She'll be fine. Absolutely. What's the problem? I'm freaking 42 out here and me and my husband trying to have a baby. I'm hoping that I don't have no high risk, that I'm able to still be able to bring a healthy baby and everything. I'm praying and everything that it works out because I'm 42, more to high risk. I'm 7 years. What? Justine is 36. I think she's 36. So I'm older than her. So you sit up here playing when there's women out here my age and older that are still trying to conceive and make sure that they're really going to be okay. So Justine, miss me with that. You and Michael get on my whole nerve with all them daggone kids. And I hope this is the last one they going to have. I know the Bible says be fruitful and multiply, but they taking it to a whole new level, okay? Got to be says they had the nerve to leave it till next week. We could have seen her reaction on this episode. Absolutely. But when you don't have a storyline, you gotta leave something till next week. But anyway, y'all, that is my review on Life After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 6. And I do not know the title of this one, but I'm going to look it up. I'm trying to make sure I didn't leave nothing out. Oh, yeah, and I meant to tell y'all the last review I did. So, found out that baby does to you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Found out last episode that Z is actually adopted. Now, I always wonder why Z didn't look like her parents and why she didn't kind of like her brother. But I thought she was just maybe light-skinned and maybe somebody's mom, her grandma was light-skinned or something like that, because you know traits and stuff skip generations. And so found out last week, and I meant to tell y'all, and I left that out, that she is adopted. Okay, her mom did a closed adoption, so she doesn't know who her mom is. However, she wanted her dad to be at her wedding to Troy to walk her down the aisle. GS says prayers for a beautiful baby for you and your husband. Thank you, GSP. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, pray for me, because going back into mommy mode after you've already been there, done that. My daughter is 20 and having to rewind is going to be quite interesting. But you know, God's on our side. I have a wonderful husband that definitely is going to help me out, so I'm not even nervous about it, you know. So but yeah, Z is adopted. I didn't even know she was adopted. But and also I heard through the YouTube streets that her mom had mental health issues. So maybe that's why Z is telling us she's bipolar, or maybe that's why she acts the way that she does and things like that. So, you know, it's a lot going on with some of these couples on here. Some of them are snooze fests, some of them are quite interesting, but we shall see next week when I come before you all and bring you all the review. Next week, I will be back where I'm supposed to be in Georgia, and I will be bringing y'all the review. My normal time is 6 o'clock, 6:30, but we went out for my sister's birthday dinner, and we went to this restaurant, y'all. And this restaurant was really, it was nice. The decor was beautiful, okay? I would not take that away from the restaurant. I wish I could have got some pictures inside the restaurant and show y'all how it looked. But the decor was beautiful. The appetizers was good. The server was, she was lackluster. I don't know if she was new or what. And when it came time for the bill, they act like they could not figure a simple bill out. And I just don't understand that. But we had to stay there longer than we wanted to because they couldn't figure this bill out. And so that that is why, I'm kind of coming a little late, because the restaurant was just not giving. In all honesty, my food wasn't that great. The appetizers we had was better than the food. Had I known if I know what I knew now, I would have just ordered some more appetizers, because the food wasn't even all that. However, it was my sister's choice. It was her birthday. So, hey, gotta do what they want to do. Poor restaurant man. Absolutely. Now, I will say one of the managers came to our table, and she was very pleasant, and she worked out our bill and everything like that, and made sure it was properly processed right and everything. So I did love that about the restaurant and everything. However, first time I went there, I probably would never go there again. But anyway, that's my short story time about my sister's birthday dinner. But my daughter did a play. She was in the 12th. It's called The 12th Night by William Shakespeare, and she did that on Saturday. She did a phenomenal job at her college. Her major is theater arts, and so she is in a lot of plays and theater productions and things like that. And so she did very well. She had a lot of speaking parts. I almost fell asleep twice because I don't do Shakespeare. However, her coming into the scene kept me awake, because she was very animated and she was very good at all of her speaking parts. And I'm unbelievably so proud of her, because she is a college student. So she works, and she has to stay on top of her schoolwork, and she has been in these plays and things where she has to memorize these lines and things like that. So I'm so proud of my daughter, my grown woman. So yeah, that was my whole weekend, y'all. I had a really good weekend. I'm just gonna relax tomorrow. Supposed to be trying to get up with some friends, because I'm home. I haven't seen some people in a while. Get up with some friends later on tomorrow, and then Tuesday, I'm leaving Tuesday night to go back to Georgia, because I have to work. Y'all know I work overnight. I have to be to work at midnight, and so I'm going straight from the airport to work and everything, and then back to the hustle and bustle. Okay. Another sidebar, my team lost today. I'm mad about that. GSP says this is why I go to the drive-thru at Taco Bell, never disappoints. But then an hour later, you're going to be on the toilet from Taco Bell. So that's the only downfall with Taco Bell. Another sidebar, my team lost today. We've been on a roll, like an exciting roll. They lost by 1 point. They played, my team is the Commanders. They played daggone, who they play? Tag on it, who did they play? Oh, the Steelers. What's up, Tasha? Welcome to the live. Hey, I didn't get a notification you were live, but it looks like I'm not on time. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why YouTube does that. Sometimes they notify people, sometimes they don't. I don't understand that. I mean, make sure definitely, as y'all subscribe to the channel, that y'all bells on, the notification bells on. But even with the bells being on, I'm like you, Tasha. I follow a lot of YouTubers, and sometimes I do not get notifications that they're on until maybe the next day, and then I'm like, oh, they did a review on this, or they did this, and then I have to go watch the replay. But yeah, I don't understand why they do that. YouTube is shady at times. I don't get that. But anyway, yeah, my football team lost by 1 point. I was so mad. But it's okay. It's okay. We got the Eagles on Thursday, so they need to practice. Hopefully, we take them down. The Eagles is a good team. However, we have taken down good teams before, so I ain't worried about it. So anyway, yeah, y'all, that's my review, and that's my weekend in review. Of life after lockup and my weekend. And so y'all, I will see y'all on tomorrow, where I will be doing Motivational Monday. I will still be here in Maryland, and I'm going to be doing Motivational Monday short, and I'm going to also be reviewing My Mom Loves the Eagles. Really? I got a cousin that loves the Eagles. I'm like, ugh. Thank you, God to be. I'm going to be reviewing. I don't know if I'm going to continue to review Love is Blind. I'm so behind with Love is Blind. I might just skip to the wedding and the reunion. So I'm gonna watch that tomorrow during the day, and then I'm gonna come live and do the weddings and the reunion, and just skip all the other stuff in between. I know some stuff probably happened that I missed, but I don't get a lot of my most of my shows, they get a lot of views and stuff. Well, most of my content. I'm sorry, to get a lot of reviews and everything is Love After Lockup, my shorts, product reviews, things like that. Like Love is Blind, people don't be liking Love is Blind like that. So I'm like, let me just fast forward, do the reunion and do the weddings, and then we could have a good chat and kiki about that. So I'm gonna come on tomorrow live. It's probably going to be around 6:30, and we're gonna have a chit chat about Love is Blind. So if y'all like Love is Blind, join me on tomorrow and make sure your notification buttons is on for that. Okay? All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for joining me. May y'all have a great, happy, and blessed evening. For y'all who have to go to work in the morning, may y'all be safe. May it be a great work day. May nothing stress you out. May it be over quickly so you can get back home and rest. May all good things just come your way on tomorrow. And I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow.